Mr. Brownsberger, what can the city realistically do to help out the housing shortage?
Well, first of all, probably the best thing we can do right now is it still working over there?
Yes.
All right.
Just gotta hold it closer.
Coach.
Number one thing that we can probably do, our BOCA department does an excellent job. I'm aware that they probably haven't been as user-friendly as they need to be, and we're in the process of changing that. We've actually got quite a bit of turnover in personnel over there right now, and that's top of the list. Until interest rates changes, I'm not sure that there's a whole lot that's going to happen with entry-level housing. But we'll do everything we can. We've got our incentives in place. They've been very effective, as I quoted earlier, the last 2 years. But a lot of people just can't qualify to buy a house right now that were buying 2 and 3 years ago. So theoretically, the interest rates are going to come down, and when they do, I expect that we'll be able to get back in and have some success with them.
Mr. Burke, do you see a strategy the city could adopt? One thing that we've seen has held this thing up is private developers have to build a subdivision on their own. The city is helping, but the city, if the city invested in putting in a subdivision and streets and infrastructure, and then sold the lots to the developers would buy the lots and build the houses if they, build it and they will come. Do you see the city getting that much?
I think we should. We've got a severe housing shortage, right? It's really, you got to have, there are 400 openings in our manufacturing sector out there. If you talk with the business leaders, we need more housing because the people that work in the factories out there don't live here. They come from somewhere else. You can build a factory somewhere else, and when the price of gas goes up, they're going to go somewhere else. So we want to be attractive to the builders. And that's what most towns do is they take the services up, utilities, sewer, the water, they take it up, and that's what other cities do. Monett should be no different. And that's going to take more money. We'll have to find that somewhere, but if I'm mayor, that would be priority. The second thing is, and Mike talked about it, our building and codes, they're in pretty bad shape right now. And this is going to cost us a little bit of money. We need to have an architect or a civil engineer in there, so when it comes to the code enforcement, it can be uniform. Those folks understand all the differences, the engineering principles behind those codes. And if you have someone who doesn't understand the principles, then it's just whatever the book says. And there has to be equal enforcement, uniform enforcement across every housing development that